Hi, welcome to Pictures, Noise and Words. I'm Hedgie, and this is Candamius, song called Visitor. So, I had an email from Candamius, and it reads thusly. I hope this message finds you well. It did. It was a while ago, this. It was like the middle of December, so sorry, Candamius, that had taken so long to get to it, but we had like Christmas and New Year and things, and I took a week off. Anyway, it did find me well. My name is Arturo. I am the bassist and singer of Candamius, a progressive metal band from Peru. What's going on in Peru? Because, and having never had any metal from Peru at all, I think I had 3 different bands from Peru last year. There was there was a black metal band which made it into my top songs of the year video, which has 2 videos ago as we're looking at this one. But yeah, we've had like black metal, we had progressive metal, and something else. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, something going on in Peru, some metal music shenanigans. Let's go with shenanigans. I don't know, but Peru seems to be just popping out of the woodwork. Anyway, a progressive metal band from Peru. They've released 2 singles, and this is their latest track, Visitor. There is not a video for this, by the way. We're just going to listen to it, and I haven't heard it. But, you know, someone's taken the trouble to write to me and ask me to play their song. Here we are. They're currently working on their debut album. I don't know what that's called. There's no details on it, probably because they're currently working on it. May not have come up with a name for it. And this is not the cover of the album. This is just the cover of this song, Visitor. Yeah, so Candamius, if you're watching this video, let us know when about further stuff in the comments. It's always useful. People like to know what's going on. Hope you enjoy it. The end. So yeah, so thank you, Arturo. Is it Arturo or Arturo? I'm going to go with Arturo. Let's give it a whirl. Give it a whirl. Oh, let's give it a spin, like some old DJ. Okay, pop pickers, welcome to the channel. Let's get on the death decks and give it a spin. What? Don't know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. At least we're not distracted by a video.
Tonight, it's my time. I'm going to survive. Your hate has been vast. Now is a shapeless. She has a run life so vile. It's a juvenile crooning a lullaby. It's getting late, and I can't wait. Threshold to look at me. You look at me with those eyes. Look at me with those eyes. I'm doing. the dark, I wonderland. It's not enough if you don't see sky and lay long. There's a stake in my heart, never showing who we are. Never mind, 'cause we are dead. I'm so far from home. Seeking the answers for all the questions is just a waste of time. We're always haunted by all those questions. I'm just a prey of mine. I'm afraid of despite. I'm bad at goodbyes. Now you really know who I am.
hope you all stayed with me, and I hope you all sat there with your eyes closed because there was nothing to see, and listened to that. Because, I mean, talk about songs that take you on a journey. It's it was like full of influences from things, but also its own got its own sort of feel and construction of its own. I'm struggling with my speaking good England today. Um, I think this strikes me as one of those songs that you can either now just go and move on, and it won't stick with you because there's too much of it, or you can go the other way and become slightly obsessed with it, where you listen to it too many times, and it just becomes this thing that you like latch on to because there's such a lot going on in one listen, which I have just had. And I've not heard this before, genuinely not heard this before. I can't hold on to the threads, so I can't hold on to any themes or passages that come back and whatever throughout the song. So to me it sounds right now like this lots of different things, and by that I mean, have you ever seen those? I'd heard those clips where it's like it's the whole album, like a summary of the album, and they stick all the 30 seconds from all the songs together. It feels a bit like that, but I don't think it is like that. But it's just that in one listen, I think there's just far too much of it for my mortal brain to cope with, sort of thing. So that's 11 and a half minutes, and I didn't look at how long the song was before I put it on. So I suddenly realized, hang on a minute, this is a really long song. I can hear all of the work that's gone to it. The parts of it I could hear Led Zepp, really obvious bits, the den den. I almost expected the solo to go in den den, and there's also another bit that, and just near that also made me think of Rage Against the Machine. Is like in my head it almost went, and now you do what they told you. But that's just me latching onto things, isn't it? That's just me connecting dots that might not even connect. It's just, that's how your brain works, isn't it? So there's a ton of working here. I would say something about the production. Anyone who watches my channel knows I'm always listening for the production, and production's a word I use to encompass all sorts of like engineering and all sorts of things. And the production on this, I think, could be sharper. I think it could be a little more in your face than it is, because even when it's in the more aggressive passages of the song, the more in your face passages of the song, the production gives it this slightly muted, calm feel. So you never really, maybe in subsequent listens it'll come across more, but in one listen it doesn't grab you in the parts where I feel it should, where I feel that the songwriting and the musicianship is all there. But the production's keeping it down a little, only a little, and not enough for me to say that it's spoiled or anything like that. But I just think the production could be a bit sharper, a bit more in your face. I mean, a bit clearer as I mean clearer, but when you say clearer, that means so many things to different people. You clean something up and sometimes you ruin it. You take any heaviness out of it. There's some good heavy passages in this, but again, it's all slightly muted in the production. So yeah, I think if anything, if I was, and I'm really nitpicking, but it just was a feeling I got that, oh, this is a nice big bit, but it's not really coming across as big as it could. It's not, doesn't have the impact that I think is all there. I think it's all there. I bet if you saw them live, it would come across, it would have these huge sort of crescendos and things. But in the recording, like I say, the production just feels slightly muted in places where I'd prefer it not to be. I'm nitpicking, and if I listen to this subsequent times, I suspect that that nitpick would probably go away because I'd get used to what I was listening to, and I would pick up on it easier and start picking up on the themes and whatever that's, you know, any little reprises that happen within the song. So yeah, Candamius, that's quite a piece of work. You can hear all of the work that's gone in. It sounds like something you really slaved over. You can tell that the singer plays the bass because you can hear the bass so clearly. It's like, were you there at the mixing desks, Arcturus? Because you can hear the bass like right out there, which is, and this is not a criticism, by the way. I think it sounds great. So in the calmer, cleaner passages, it comes across much better than when it does. Not much better. I've got to be careful with my words here in case I give the wrong impression. But it comes across really well. It's only when it gets into the faster, heavier, more in-your-face parts, it's not as in-your-face as it should be, or as it could be. How's that? Yeah, does that make sense? It's not. I'm not criticizing it. I'm just making a point. I think it's really good, and I hope that when they do release the album, they let me know, because I'm unlikely to see it. It's not going to cross my path naturally, I don't think. So that's the problem with so much content out there, isn't it? With so many songs, albums, and whatever constantly released, that it's hard to keep track of things. Very hard for a band to get people to keep track of them. That's why they always say, please follow us and please because otherwise you're just not going to hear about whenever this album comes out. Did he say when the album's coming out? I don't think no. It just says they've released 2 singles. I haven't heard the other one either. I've heard this one now, obviously. Working on a debut album. That's what it says. So if you're working on your debut album, I mean, it's not my business. That might sound exactly how you wanted it to sound, but for me, yeah, a bit more punch in the faster, more in your face parts, make them more in your face, I think. Yeah. But anyway, good job, Candamius. This, with an 11.5-minute song, I suspect this is now a 20-minute video with all my rambling. So let me know what you think, and I shall see you all soon. But yeah, that's really good. I think that's really good. There's obviously a lot of good music in Peru, isn't there? There's a lot there's a lot of good music everywhere, isn't there? And you don't hear it because everyone just plays the same stuff all of the time. That's why I like this channel, because people recommend things to me that I would never ever hear of. Anyway, let me know what you think as ever, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.